Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, race fans, here to NARN North American Racing Network at Daytona tonight with the trucks. So this is going to be a good one. 83 laps going to be turning here tonight. If it's any inkling of what this race is going to be like, last week was absolutely amazing here. By far exceeded the admin and the owner's expectations in the race. So if this is anything like last week, this is going to be another amazing show put on by NARN. So I'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight: Mrs. Dockside, Gale Force Racing, Old Schools Motorsports, Bad Intentions Motorsports, and Inferno Computers. So thanks to all of them for their sponsorship here for tonight's race. Okay, just a few more minutes here of practice, and these guys are going to be ready to qualify. It's going to look here less than 3 minutes.
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Okay, qualifying underway now. Waiting for the first times to come in. 83 laps here tonight. Going to be very, very good race, I have a feeling. Two and a half miles around Daytona under the lights. This was what makes it very good driving conditions out here at nighttime. Track temperature a little warm, air temperature a little warm down in Florida. Daytona Beach, Florida, very cool. Well, I'm glad you could all join me again. I'd like to thank our sponsors here tonight: Mrs. Dockside, Gale Force Racing, Old School Motorsports, Bad Intentions Motorsports, and Inferno Computers. So I'd like to thank those sponsors for helping out here with this venue here tonight. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button and turn it up to 1080p HD, because we do broadcast in 1080. If you're not sure how to do that, go down to the bottom there, bottom right hand corner of the screen. There's a little gear. Click on that gear and turn it up to 1080p. We've been experimenting with some other settings, but I think we've found that most people like it in the 1080p, so I don't know. I like it in the 720 myself. I think it's a lot better picture, a lot clearer and everything, but a lot of people like the 1080. So again, turn it up to the 1080. You can check us out at Facebook, facebook.com/MaxSpeedTV. You can also follow us on our website at MaxSpeedTV.com, where you can also watch the race there. Tomorrow morning we will be broadcasting up there on Twitch, and you can also follow us on Twitch at twitch.tv/MaxSpeedTV. Looks like Gary Bauer on the top spot right now with a 177.14 miles an hour, 50.386 seconds to get around this facility, and that is a very good lap. One of our other fast super speedway guys, Jay Anderson, also in there, only 32 one-thousandths of a second off of Gary Bauer. 32 one-thousandths of a second, you can't even hardly measure that. Dominic Dyball coming in third, Brandon Cruz fourth, and Everett F. Lane in fifth. But we'll give you the rundown here once they do take to the grid, so waiting for qualifying to be over here. A few non-qualifiers. Looks like we've got 18 qualifiers so far. I'll make that 19. Quite a few non-qualifiers. And I got a couple of numbers that are not in there, so I apologize for that. Michael Johnson and Eric Wortley. Michael Johnson in the 004 and Eric Wortley in the 011. So I apologize for that. I will make sure I have them for next week. These are brand new overlays, and I'm trying to work on getting some of the numbers in there. So again, I apologize for that. If you see the two little hashtags, that's just because I haven't got their numbers in. So my fault. My bad. Wanted to mention Eric Wortley running from the All Hours Racing team from Long Island, New York. So shout out to a few of his friends watching there in Long Island. Hey folks, hopefully you enjoy the show, and root Eric on for his victory here tonight. Be great. These drivers always like to have fans out there, and but when you got some fans watching, you know they're watching, you try to do the best you can and put on a good show for them. So root Eric on for victory here tonight. Okay, qualifying is over, and we will get down here to the grid. And we will run down through the qualifying order here, folks. All right, Gary Bauer on the pole with a 50.386. Congratulations to him on that pole position. Jay Anderson starting in second in the number 18. In third place, the number 15 of Dominic Dyball. In fourth, the 32 of Ryan Borges. In fifth place, the number 56 of Brandon Cruz. Sixth goes to the number 24 of Everett F. Lane. Salicardi in the number 93 starting seventh. Dustin Loynes in the number 40 starting 8th. In 9th place, the 01 of John Pensula. In 10th place, the number 29 of Dylan Acart. In 11th, the number 12 of Tim Johnstone. In 12th place, the number 76 of William Budd. Jason Haverson in the number 21 starting 13th. Jonathan McMahon in the number 92 starting 14th. Michael Johnson in the 004, that would be 004, 004, starting in the 15th place. In 16th, the 011 of Eric Wortley, for all you Long Island, New York fans from rooting on the All Hours Racing. Eric Wortley starting in 16th. In 17th, Joel Wood in the number 79, Nick Racino in the number 36 starting 18th. Tim Racino in the number 11 starting 19th. Ricky Fagone in the 97 starting 20th. Ricky Brinkman in the 55, starting 21st. Phil Gary in the 68 starting 22nd. Scott Zemke in the 28 starting 23rd. Michael Tibbetts in the 23 starting 24th. David Wenk in the number 20 starting 25th. Sean Dorr in the 62 starting 26th. Richard Holland in the 31 starting 27th. Marcus Babb in the 26 starting 28th. Steph LeBrun in the 06 starting 29th. Daryl Cronkrite in the 54 starting 30th. And Breen Johnson taking up the rear of the field in the number 59 starting 31st. And some of these guys, folks, are admins out there, so kind of wanted to throw that out there. They are adminning the race. They may not be in the race. And we get up here to our leader, Gary Bauer. Okay. Alright. Well, let me see here. Gary Bauer in the 27. Alright. Hold on a minute, folks. They're getting ready to go green, folks. Well, let's see. That would be race. There you go. Green, green, green. And we're off and going, folks. Caution thrown right away. Not sure what's going on. Somebody did not start correctly or something here. Admin's not liking the whole ordeal on that, folks, so they are waved off the green flag, and we will be going back under caution here for another lap to try to get things sorted out. So I apologize to you for that. I didn't see exactly what happened there, but Gary Bauer waiting on, I think he's waiting on the pace car. Well, some confusion here as to what's going on, but they'll get it straightened out here in a minute, folks. In the meantime, make sure you do hit that subscribe button on your way before you get out of here tonight. Immediately after this broadcast, we will have another one here on MaxSpeedTV, right on YouTube, with the IWCR Truck Series. That will be at Bristol. That should be a good one too. I believe it's 150 laps, if I'm remembering correctly. I need to write these things down. My memory's getting too old for this stuff. So make sure you tune in for that here. That will be at 10 o'clock Eastern. Actually, we will be going live at about 10:45 Eastern tonight with the IWCR group. That's coming down to their season finale here in a couple more races. So that should be interesting as well. I believe this is the last race here tonight before their chase starts here at Narn. So they start their chase, I believe, next week. Don't quote me on that. I may be wrong, but I thought when I looked at the points earlier today, they start their chase next week. But we'll have the points up next week to make sure we verify that. Starting into the chase. Alright, still waiting to get things sorted out here. Admin's not liking something there on that start. We'll get it figured out here. Well, the good thing, Gary Bowers led 4 laps already, and we really haven't had a green flag run, so he'll definitely get some bonus points for leading a lap. It's a good deal. Good job for Gary. 83 laps are turning here tonight. We've got 4 out of the way already, so 79 to go. Take a look at the weather here tonight real quick. 80 degrees Fahrenheit, track temperature 80 degrees. Got 67% humidity, and the wind is 8 miles an hour, or 8 kilometers per hour, excuse me. All right, that back part of the field will go around and catch up, and we should be ready to go green here next time by, folks, so get ready. '27 trucks started the race here, folks. So pretty good, healthy field coming into tonight. Daytona usually one of drivers' favorites. super speedway. It is restrictor plated for these vehicles, so that's, you know, you don't see the speeds up there quite as high as you think they would be because they are restrictor plated. And then here just a couple of builds ago, they actually slowed the trucks down even a little more. So we used to get around 100, and I believe it was around 187 or something, and now we can barely get over about 180. So, all right, well, tail end of the field catching up. We're ready to go green. Pace cars in. Green, green, green. And no, they're not going. Not going. Okay, I think what they're doing is they're waiting for that tail end of that field to catch up. They're still not quite caught up to the back end. Lots of guys still way back. Breen Johnson taking up the rear field, just now catching up. So we'll wait and see if they do get the green here. Admins may get them started here, probably on the back stretch, I'm not sure. But we're going to get it going. Okay, we're going to take the green on lap number 7, folks. Okay, here we go. Wind them up, boys. Green, green, green. Jay Anderson right there on in the second spot, comes down in behind Gary Bauer to take in second. Dominic Dyball on the low line, and Ryan Borges up on the high side trying to get something working already with Salicardi up there. If those two get together, boy, that could be a lethal combination for them leaders. Salicardi comes right up on Ryan Borges, gets hooked up with them. Everybody out here looking for a teammate right now. Very important. You got to have two of them working together or you're just not going to be very fast. Ryan Borges goes into third. Salicardi fourth up on that high side, putting Dominic Dyball back to fifth. And Brandon Cruz in sixth. Right behind them, Dustin Loynes and Everett F. Lane hooking up together. John Pansula back here in the 9th spot. Dylan Acart 10th. And Ryan Borges going backwards. I'm not exactly sure what happened to Ryan, but he goes all the way back to the 10th spot now, falls in behind Dylan Acart. In the meantime, Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson working together, getting a pretty good run here and pulling away from third spot, Salicardi. Out there about 9/10 of a second ahead of these two. Okay, let's go back into field here a little ways. Our Long Island, New York friend here, Eric Wortley, running back in the 16th spot in the 011. Sorry about his number not working. I apologize for that, folks. That's my bad. I guarantee you it will be working next week. And he goes into 15th on that high side, working with the number 79 of Joel Wood. The one pulling him around here, William Budd. William Budd, one of the fast guys. These guys like to get behind William and let him pull them around. These guys should be looking at probably one pit stop. I'm not exactly sure, depending on if they shorten the fuel load. I did not look to see if they did. These William Budd pulling this pack around about 3.6 seconds behind the leader right now. Ryan Borges also falling off the pace a little bit. I'm not sure what's going on with Ryan Borges. He could be just saving his truck for the end of this, but brand new leader up front, Jay Anderson. And he's got Gary Bauer pushing him on the high side. Sal Liccardi working with the number 15 of Dominic Dyball. Dylan Acart back here in 9th. Ryan Borges 10th. Those two trying to get hooked up together. Go back in the field here even further. Scott Zemke working with the number 26 there of Marcus Babb. Nick Racino in 21st, working with his dad, Tim Racino. Father-son combination, and I'll tell you what, no matter where those two go, they are pretty wicked. Pretty wicked. Ricky Brinkman in 23rd, Phil Gary 24th. Michael Tibbetts back here in 25th. These guys part of the Old Schools group. They're riding in the back, I think, trying to maybe take it easy here early going. Breen Johnson back here all by himself in 27th place, 18 seconds off of the leader. All right, back up front, Jay Anderson, still under fire by some of these guys. I am going to refresh Trading Paints one more time because I'm seeing some things that I don't think I should be seeing, but not really sure. Not sure if I've got these paint schemes up to date. Just want to double check. Sorry about the white trucks. It'll only be temporary. Jay Anderson out there for 4 laps now that he has led. John Pansula back here in, actually running in the 7th spot right now. Brandon Cruz in 8th. Quite a ways back to Ryan Borges in 9th place. Again, like I said, I don't know what happened to Ryan Borges. He has really fallen off the pace a lot. He may, like I said, he may be just kind of taking it easy for right now. Jonathan McMinn in 10th, Eric Wortley in 11th. And Michael Johnson 12th. William Budd falling back to the 13th position. Long ways to go though, only lap 15, folks. Lots of good racing to go. Looks like Tim Johnson kind of falling back here a little bit. And Tim's got some nose damage on that truck. I don't know how he got that nose damage, but yeah, he's got quite a little bit. May have got it on a start or something there. I'm not really sure. Might have been on the start of the race, but he's starting to go backwards pretty quick here. Now Nick and Tim Racino come up on his outside, and that would be a pass 4 position. That would put Tim Johnson back to the 20th position. Yes, he goes back to 20th now. Ricky Brinkman, another one up on the high side. In the number 55, him and Phil Gary working together in the old school trucks. They get on by. One tight group up front here, folks. Man, great tight racing right here. A little bobbing and weaving going around. Daytona has a tendency to do that to the trucks. A lot of aero push around these, and with that 8-mile-an-hour wind, that could be playing a little havoc for these guys out there on the track. Could be making them a little wiggly in the corners. But Jay Anderson's still out front. Him and his partner Gary Bauer have been out there pretty much the whole race, and right now it looks like crossing the line. Jay Anderson leads lap number 8. Salicardi trying to get by on the outside. Oh, he gets a little bump from his teammate. That cost them a lot of momentum. Let's ride along here with Dominic Dieball for a minute and watch this. Well, okay. We won't ride along with him. There we go. Sorry about that. Dominic Dieball here on the high side with his teammate Salicardi, and Sal does lead that lap. Yes. Beating Jay Anderson to the line by about a half a fender. And caution is on the track, folks. Let's go see where it's at. I'm not sure where the heck that is. Let's try this one more time. Looks like somebody caught up into it before these guys. Okay. We'll go back and take a look at it here. Find out where the smoke was coming from. It was up to somewhere up ahead of these guys here. Right there it is. It looks like Ricky Brinkman getting turned by his old school's teammate there, and we see that happen every now and then, and that's it's just a deal where see, Phil Gary, it looks like Phil Gary up on him pretty tight and kind of weaving back and forth. And when he come down the hill like that, come back up the hill, he just hooks that bumper and spins him right around. Right there, you see that hook. Unfortunate for Ricky Brinkman, but I believe he'll be all right. It looks like he may got it going again. I'm not really sure here. We'll find out. I think he's going to be okay. Doesn't look like he hit anything. Really sawing on that wheel trying to get that thing straightened out. I don't know if we can, let's ride along with him here for a second. It looks like, yes, he is really sawing on that wheel trying to get it straightened out, but he didn't hit anything. That's the good thing, folks. So that brings out the caution. Well, maybe he did, I guess, eventually. All right, our leader bringing everybody down pit road. Jay Anderson on pit road. And that's going to bring a lot of them down pit road. Looks like Ryan Borgia's staying out. Ryan will lead that lap, I believe. No, he didn't quite officially lead that yet. He didn't beat Jay Anderson to the line, so he doesn't officially lead it. All right, these guys all away now. So Ryan Borgia's out front. "21 laps in the books, folks, out of 83. Eric Wortley from Long Island, New York. All Hours Racing Team going to be restarting second. Breen Johnson third. Salicardi fourth. Jay Anderson fifth. Dominic Dyball sixth. Dustin Loyne seventh. Gary Bauer eighth. John Pensula ninth. And Brandon Cruz 10th. All right, looks like Ryan Borgia is officially going to lead this lap. Okay, this is actually caution number 2. First one thrown by the admins right after the green flag. We've had 7 caution laps. Currently on lap 23. 61 laps to go, folks. And we have had 4 lead changes. Jay Anderson's led 11 laps. Salicardi's led 1, and Ryan Borgia's has led 1, coming to 2. It looks like Jay Anderson may have stopped on pit road again for something. Something didn't change. Maybe he had opted to change tires and it didn't change, or what. I'm not sure. We see this from time to time, just some glitch in the sim world here. Glitches that doesn't really give you that what you wanted on your pit stop. So Jay Anderson gonna probably had to re-stop on pit road. Yeah, he's been on pit road a couple of times now, so yeah, that's exactly what happened. Okay, back up front, Ryan Borgia's, they're all lined up here. Lights off on the pace car. We're ready to go back green, folks. Pace speed of 80 mile an hour. Pit road speed 60 mile an hour. So it kind of makes it a little faster out here. I know it never used to be that fast. I think pace speed used to be 60 mile an hour and pit road speed was 55. So they've kind of upped it a little bit, make it a little more interesting and not drag out so much under these pace laps. So it really has changed it up a lot. Okay, everybody ready to go green. Eric Wortley starting on the outside of Ryan Borgia's. Salicardi there in third, followed by Dominic Dyball on the high side there in the number 15. Starting fourth. Okay, pace car's in. Ryan Borges hits the throttle. Eric Wortley on the high side. It looks like him and Dominic Dieball going to get hooked up together and try to work that outside line up to the front. Takes quite a little while to get these trucks up to the top speed. Dominic Dieball comes down to the bottom side, slips it in there between Ryan Borges and Sal Liccardi. Eric Wortley up on the high side. Let's see if Eric does officially lead this lap. And oh man, he goes back up the hill, and the 0-1 there of John Pansula on the low side. Everett F. Lane comes up on Eric Wortley. Let's see if Eric can lead this lap. I'm not really sure. He's got about a half a fender. And yes, Eric does lead that lap, I believe. Yes, he did lead that lap. So good job for Eric Wortley. Now John Pansula back into the front here. Ryan Borges pushing the crap out of him right now. Doing a good job here. Sal Liccardi in the 4th place now. Eric Wortley going backwards pretty quick. Some guys changing lanes. Going back in the field here. Brandon Cruz in the 8th spot. Dustin Loynes up on the high side. William Budd. These guys all come down to the low side now and get back. Oh, Brandon Cruz off of the pace. What happened to Brandon Cruz? And he slides it to avoid getting a pit road penalty. I did not see what happened to Brandon Cruz. Let's go back here and see what happened to him. He may got a little punt job. I don't know. Oh, yes. Yes, he did. Guy's getting a little roughhousing up there. And boy, what a job Brandon did getting that thing woed before he did get a speeding penalty on pit road. Man, it didn't hit nothing, so good job. Alright, back up front. Sal Liccardi, a brand new leader. I hate it for Brandon Cruz. That puts him clear back in 24th position, folks. Looks like Ricky Brinkman and Tim Johnstone on pit road. Not sure what's going on with that. Brandon Cruz back in 24th, yeah. 28 seconds off the pace. Back there all by himself, nobody to dance with. Hate it for him, brother. These guys are on the backstretch coming into turn 3, about to come out of turn 4 and looking at the front stretch already, and he's just entering the backstretch. So Sal Liccardi leads yet again. Dominic Dieball right there in 2nd, followed by John Pansula, and Ryan Borges back into the 4th place. Jonathan McMinn in 5th, William Budd 6th, Jason Haverson 7th, Eric Wortley back to the 8th place. Scott Zemke 9th, Dustin Loynes 10th, and Everett F. Lane in 11th. We can see trucks all around the place, but man, I'm telling you, good save by Brandon Cruz. He is now 34 seconds off of the pace. Breen Johnson out of it here, not really sure what happened to him as well. He's back in 24th now as Brandon Cruz is in 25th. quite a ways back, and he's about to be caught up by the leaders here before much longer, as they're really not that far behind him. Guys kind of taking it easy right now. These guys up front here, they know they've got a long ways to go yet, 53 to go, so they're kind of taking it easy here, rolling in single file. Up on the high side, we got Dustin Loynes and Everett F. Lane coming like a freight train. Puts the number 21, yeah, back here in 9th place. Eric Wortley in 10th, followed by Scott Zemke in 11th. But Salicardi still continuing to lead, pulling this whole freight train of trucks behind him. Looking back from Dominic Dyball, another one that these guys are looking back on the rest of the field from Dominic Dyball. Everybody hanging loose right now. John Pansula right behind him. Ryan Borges in 4th. And up on the high side, Dustin Loynes getting a great run. There we go. That's the one I was looking for. Now, looks like a lot of guys going by on the low side. Jonathan McMinn, William Budd going by. So Dustin Loynes is going backwards really fast here. The number 21 of Jason Haverson. And these guys still staying on the high side. I don't know. Nobody down there, but Eric Wortley is on the low side, I guess. There you can see Dustin Loynes coming back on the high side. But Salicardi still out front. Been out there for 9 laps now, folks. Still hasn't led the most laps yet, but working on it. Jay Anderson's led the most with 11 laps, and he's way back here in 13th. It's the back part of this field here, kind of cruising around. They're about 4.6 seconds off of the leader right now. Him and Gary Bauer working together. Nick and Tim Racino right behind them. And Marcus Babb right behind them with Ricky Fagone. Dylan Acart back in 18th place. Got a little bit of rear damage on that truck. Not sure how he got that. The same way with Joel Wood. Joel Wood right behind him with a little bit of tailgate damage as well. Both of them with about like sister damage on that truck. Quite a bit. Got a little bit slower. Michael Johnson in 20th. Richard Holland back in 21st. 12 seconds behind the leader, working with Michael Tibbetts, his teammate, and Phil Gary. Breen Johnson in 24th. Brandon Cruz 25th. And he gets passed up by the leaders, and he gets the heck out of the way. and comes back in behind them. Boy, he gets the heck out of the way, but he goes a lap down. More guys go on by. Jay Anderson, Gary Bauer. I hate it for Brandon Cruz, man. That's really got to be disappointing for him, running so good there and falling way back. Last one out there on the track right now. Okay, back up front, Salicardi continuing to lead. He's led 11 laps, tying Jay Anderson's record of 11 laps so far today. Gary Bauer's led 9. Eric Wortley's led 1. Ryan Borges has led 3. And John Pansula's led 1. Okay, it looks like Jonathan McMinn working with Dustin Loynes now. They've got a pretty good run on that high side. Oh man, that was close. The 92 of Jonathan McMinn just getting a little bit of a bumper hook there off of Dustin Loynes, but saves it. We can probably ride along here just for a minute and let's see, it would be Jonathan McMinn, and we can see kind of drifts up a little bit into the turns, and that's the kind of stuff, folks, that catches, it gets that bumper hook, and we don't want to see that by any of these guys by any means. You can see how close this racing is. And they're coming up on some lap traffic right now, and that could prove to be interesting, folks. Oh, man, that was close. That was close. I'm not exactly sure who that was. I think that might have been, yeah, that was Breen Johnson back here as he gets passed up by that front group. Breen just not up to full speed. Tries to keep it up high. And it looks like Eric Wortley and Scott Zemke go by on the inside. Next ones to go by would be Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson. Breen Johnson actually is a lap down. Salicardi still out front. Him and his teammate here, Dominic Diebold, doing a great job keeping them out front right now. And coming to the line now, it's going to make Salicardi lead 15 laps. Very cool. Oh, we got switching up there, and now, oh boy, that was close. Jonathan McMinn almost getting into his teammate, Dustin Loynes. Dustin had to check up. I think he did get into the wall just a little bit, though. Now he's going to have to fall in behind somebody to try to get the draft to get caught back up to his teammate. That was really close. And look at this, joining the fight here, folks. Eric Wortley, Jay Anderson, Gary Bauer, and Scott Zemke. These guys reeled that front pack back up, and look at this, man. I'm telling you, they are coming like a freight train. Jay Anderson and Gary Bauer on the high side, just passing trucks left and right. I don't know, I think I'd check them two trucks for more horsepower. I think they're running about 20 more horsepower than everybody else. Nah, they're just good super speedway racers, I'll tell you. These guys, they know how to get it done. They've been riding back there. We are coming up on the halfway mark this time by, folks, and they know how to get it done. And now's when you want to see these guys want to turn up the heat a little bit and get caught back up to the field, and they sure have done a good job of it. So getting caught back up. Jason Haverson right ahead of them, and they're about to make this a 8-truck battle here for the lead. Eric Wortley and Scott Zemke not far behind them, and Jonathan McMahon in 11th place. I was trying to find his partner. Yeah. Dustin Loynes is quite a ways back. Dustin's got that just a little bit of damage on that truck. Let's see if we can see how much damage he's got on the right front corner. I don't see any on the right front, but looking at the back, he may have just a little. He's got just a tick on that right rear corner. It doesn't seem to be affecting his speed any. He just needs to get caught back up to his teammate. Gary Bauer up in the front. Boy, I'll tell you, him and Jay Anderson just power moved right on by these guys. And not quite clear, but I'll tell you what, they slided down in front of Salicardi. Man, you couldn't have fit a credit card in between them two, I'm telling you. Sal had to back out of it, or he would have really got into some deep trouble right there. So I would imagine Sal probably not too happy about that. Let's go back here real quick. I wanted to go back and check that out. Let's go back a little further here as they come up on them. Beans were under green. Hold on a second here. We're going to go back here on Jay Anderson because I want you to see just how close that is, folks. It's unbelievably close. As they get a good run. And you can see right here where they're about to squeeze it in there. And Salicardi had to check up. Man, I'm telling you what, that could have been pretty bad. That could have been really bad. But good job for them guys, man. Awesome job. Okay, Jay Anderson back up into the lead now. And they've started to pull away a little bit here. William Budd now in second place. Looks like Salicardi and them on pit road. And now coming off of pit road. Gary Bauer retaking the lead. As these two switch up here in the front. And they've got a 2.7 second lead over third place William Budd. As a lot of guys are starting to come down pit road to take their one and only final pit stop of the race. We're seeing a few guys coming down. We'll watch for our leaders to come down pit road. It looks like Eric Wortley just now coming off pit road as he gets passed up by the leaders. And we'll watch and see when our leaders come down pit road. Some people like to stay out there and short pit, and these guys definitely not wanting to do that. They want to run it just about as far as they can to see if a caution does come out, then they could stop and take fuel without losing that position. So another one coming off of pit road. Looks like John Pansula. Everett Lane and Dustin Loynes on pit road. And that put a couple of them in the lap down. We've only got 18 trucks on the lead lap right now, but Dominic Dyball, Salicardi, really not that far ahead of these guys, only about 8 seconds. But they have made their final pit stop. They come up on the 01 here of John Pansula and put him another lap down, I should say. That puts him 2 laps down. Okay, so Jay Anderson in the lead, Gary Bauer second, William Budd in third. Running 4.6 seconds back, Jason Haverson in fourth. 5.7 seconds back to Marcus Babb and Ricky Fagone. Jonathan McMinn and then Tim Racino and Nick Racino. These two have not pitted yet. Richard Holland back in 10th. Kind of watching to see when our leader does come down. It looks like they are coming down pit road. So our leader's breaking off and coming down pit road, folks. Let's see what kind of pit stops they get. Looks like right side's going on for both of them. And fuel. And they're away. Good job by them guys. Okay, so that put William Budd out front now, and he's led the first couple of laps of his race, so he gets a point for leading the lap. As they come around to pass up Ryan Borges, Ryan running back in 18th spot, first one a lap down, so if a caution would come out, he would get his lap back. But he's about to get his lap back here because these guys are going to be looking at pit road here just before too much longer. Jason Haverson in second place. Marcus Babb third. Ricky Fagone fourth. These guys have reeled up them two leaders. Tim Racino back here in fifth. Nick Racino right behind him. Them two working together. Have I don't believe they've made their second pit stop of I should say their second. Yeah. Of the race yet. Richard Holland back 14 seconds behind here in the old school's motorsport team cars or trucks. Michael Tibbetts right behind him. Phil Geary. Them three have been working together since the start of the race. They've been staying right around each other, so this could be good for them. Michael Johnson in the 10th place. Dylan Acart 11th. And Salicardi back here in 12th. I'm sorry, Dominic Dyball in 12th and Salicardi in 13th. Them two teammates, and they've been sticking together like glue, folks. Joel Wood in 14th. Got a little damage on his truck, but he still seems to be hanging in there pretty good. Still on the lead lap. Gary Bauer 15th, Jay Anderson 16th. Okay, looks like we did get a pass for the lead, so Marcus Babb will lead that lap. Him and his teammate Ricky Fagone up on the high side. They come down in front of William Budd with a good run. All right, Tim and Nick Racino back here starting to reel up that front group. But I'm not too sure, but I think they're going to have to come down pit road one more time too. So we are at 30 laps to go, folks. Make that 29. closing that gap up just a little. They're down to 1.9 seconds. So Marcus Babb and his teammate Ricky Fagone out there waiting to see when these guys are going to come down pit road. William Budd right there in third now. It looks like him and his teammate Jason Haverson get a pretty good run. They get caught back up to them front two as they had to check up a little bit. They had to get a little air in the radiator there to get it cooled off. So you got to do that in these things. So boy, I'll tell you what, it'll blow a motor quicker than you can say blow a motor. All right, Nick and Tim Racino have caught up to this front group. They're down to 1.2 seconds off the leader. So they're about to make it a 6-car or 6-truck battle up front here. Now down to 1 second as that front group have kind of backed off from pushing each other quite so much. I think everybody got really hot there pushing so hard. So Ricky Fagone had pushed Marcus Babb past William Budd, and that does take a toll on the motor. Once you get that thing hot, it's hard to get it to cool back off. You see Fagone go way out on the high side to try to get some air in that radiator before it does blow the motor. So it looks like he's going to fall back a little bit. Falls into the clutches there. Tim Racino and Nick comes up on him as well. So Nick and Tim Racino kind of getting split up. Okay, it looks like Fagone is going to fall back to the 6th place now. Right in behind Nick Racino. Richard Holland and company back here, 14.8 seconds back. They have closed that gap by a couple of tenths, not much, but by a couple of tenths. Michael Tibbetts there in 8th, Phil Gary 9th. Dylan Acart back here, 18 seconds, working with Michael Johnson. These guys quite a ways back, 10th and 11th. Sal Accardi. These guys have been working, trying to get back up close as they can to the leaders. And when the leaders do pit, they should be in good position to be back up there in the hunt for the win here. Sal Accardi probably wanting to get a victory here tonight for sure. And brand new leader up front, Tim Racino. Marcus Babb and all them guys coming down pit road. Take a look here at pit road activity as they come down pit road. And this will be their final pit stop of the day. Like I said, some of these guys wanted to kind of wait it out just as long as possible to see if a caution come out. So they're away from their pit road now. And again, like I said, Tim and Nick Racino up front. Now Nick about to take over the lead here, as he has not led a lap just yet. Tim Racino did lead that last lap. So now wanting to get Nick that valuable point for leading the lap. They switch up, and Nick will lead one. So good job by these two. And they're out there about 14.2 seconds ahead of 3rd place Richard Holland now. Pulling the old school's threesome around there. Michael Tibbetts, Phil Gary, those three working together, teammates. Waiting to see when Nick and Tim are going to come down pit road. I would believe it probably be within the next lap or so here. They are kind of getting a little separated here, so we may see them come down pit road. Yes, they are coming down pit road, so that's going to give the lead up to, it looks like Richard Holland and his group out here. As Nick and Tim come down pit road, let's see. Let's watch here and see what these guys do. They come into their pit stalls. It looks like right side tires going on, topping off the tank of fuel. Oh, left side. So all 4 tires. Oh, that's going to be costly, and they're away. So again, like I said, that puts Richard Holland in the lead. Hasn't officially led that lap yet. He's got to come by this time to lead a lap. And they're kind of getting separated here too, so they may be coming down pit road, folks. The 3 Musketeers here working together, and yes, they are breaking the plane of pit road. This is good news for a lot of guys that were a lap down that will be able to get their lap back. That puts right now 18 of them on the lead lap, so I'm sure there'll be more of them. These guys come to a screeching halt in their pit stalls. And that's going to put Dominic Dyball and Salicardi out front. Jay Anderson and Gary Bauer back 3.6 seconds behind them two. And with 4 of these guys working together, this could be good for them to get caught back up to Salicardi and Dominic Dyball. We're coming down close to the end of this, about 21 laps to go. So they've got enough time to get up there and join that front 2, because they are starting to reel them in. With 4 of them working together like that, they are starting to reel them in pretty good. So that kind of changes up the front running there. Dominic Dyball 2nd, Jay Anderson 3rd, Gary Bauer 4th, William Budd 5th, Marcus Babb 6th, Ricky Fagone 7th, Jason Haverson 8th. Happened here. Something happened. I'm kind of missing a couple drivers. Tim Racino. Okay, Tim Racino. Man, what the heck's going on? These guys are jumping around back here. Tim Racino in 8th. Yeah, Nick Racino 9th, and Jason Haverson back to 10th. He's going to be out there all by himself. Nobody to help him push, no teammate working with him, so these guys running about 20 seconds behind the leader, and he's losing the draft of Nick and Tim Racino up there. These guys running 20 seconds back, so if everything goes right, Salicardi could come home the winner here, but you never know. Coming down to the end of this, Dominic Dyball could slingshot by him for the win here. It could make it interesting coming down to the end of this, folks. And just on a side note, they did a 2-tire change, both of them. So that's what's got them out pretty good there. Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson also did a 2-tire change. William Budd, Marcus Babb, 2 tires. Ricky Fagone, 2 tires. Nick and Tim Racino both did 4-tire changes in there. That's why you see them 2 way back there, folks. And we've got a caution. Let's see where the caution is. Oh, Michael Johnson. Looks like a self-spin by Michael Johnson. Just comes around all on his own here, folks. Not sure. He just lost it. Wasn't paying attention to the turn, or I'm not sure exactly, but oh, he caught that yellow apron. Oh, you don't want to catch that yellow line there, Michael. That brings the caution out, though. So that's going to catch everybody up. So there you go. That's the quick change here that everybody needed And this is going to tighten this up for an awesome finish here, folks. Instead of a way out there, Dominic and Salicardi way out front like they were. So this is going to catch everybody. And I'm sure they're probably not happy about that because they had such a good pull away from the rest of the field. Now this is going to catch up Gary Bauer, Jay Anderson, William Budd, and Marcus Babb. All these guys going to get caught up to them. The Racinos, Ricky Fagone, and Jason Haverson. These guys all going to get caught back up. And it looks like possibly could be our wave by could be Everett F. Lane. So that would put him on the tail end of the lead lap. Or Dustin Loynes maybe. I'm not sure. One of them two. I guess Dustin Loynes. Well, we ain't had too many cautions, so I wanted to get down here and see if we can get a word in with somebody here. Let's see maybe if we can't get a word in with, how about Tim Racino? I haven't talked to Tim in a long time.
Remember, to the far right, guys. People can see the pits.
Tim Racino, this is Rudy up in the booth. You got a copy? I don't have them. I'm not admin in there, so I can't talk to them. Okay, never mind. I guess I won't be able to talk to them. Sorry about that, folks. I forgot. I went in under the watch tab, and unless you're an admin in there, I can't talk to them. So, and I'm not. Sorry about that. I might be able to jump down into the channel with them. Let me see if they're in the channel by themselves or what. Yes, they are. Give me 1 second here, folks, and I'll jump right down into the channel with them. Tim Racino, you got a copy?
I sure do there, Rudy.
Well, I tried to talk to you on the track there, brother, but well, that kind of was a good thing for you and Nick getting caught back up to the field, even though you guys were coming like a freight train up to them. Boy, how good is this for you guys?
Yeah, it was a pretty good run there. We feel pretty good about our set, and we're ready to go, man. It's a new deal for both of us, so we're still kind of learning how to win these deals, but I'm pretty proud of how we did this.
Well, it's been a great run. Not too many cautions tonight, and we're ready to see you maybe bring one of them two cars into victory lane here. So we wish you the best of luck, Tim. Go get them, brother.
Thanks, Rudy. We'll be up on the wheel, buddy. Count on that.
Okay, I know you will, bud. All right, so Tim ready to get this thing over. Feels like they've got a good enough set to win here. So let's see. They're going to be starting back in 8th, Tim in 8th, and Nick in 9th. So we'll watch them and see if they can get up there. They've got a lot of fast guys to go through to get to the victory lane, but because these guys up front here have been fast all day. Dominic Dieball, Salicardi, Gary Bauer, Jay Johnson 4th, William Budd 5th, Marcus Babb 6th, Ricky Fagone 7th, Tim Racino 8th, Nick Racino 9th, and Jason Haverson, your top 10.
Evening, Rudy.
Hey, Daryl. How are you?
Not too bad. I tried to give the admin there, but it won't let me do it to a spectator. It says unknown driver for some reason.
Yeah, I think it's something that we'll have to talk about afterwards or something. Maybe you can just put me in there as an admin, because I tried to join under the spectator tab, so I didn't take up a slot.
Yeah, we'll get that straightened out.
Yeah, I didn't know how many folks you were going to have in there, and I didn't want to take up a slot. So,
what an interesting start to this race, eh?
Can you explain to me what happened at the beginning there, Daryl? Because I was like in the dark on that one.
Okay, so what happened is Scott Zensky had his engine off, and I think what he said is he couldn't figure out how to turn it back on or something, or he didn't realize it was off, and it caused the whole back half of the field still weren't at the rest of the field when the pace car fell off. We tried to get the caution out, and it didn't go out before the front drivers crossed the line, so then it screwed up the field even more.
Oh boy.
So then we had to delay the start after the pace car went off by one more lap to get everything in order.
Yep. Yeah, I did catch that, but I was totally clueless of what happened there. I was like, whoa, something happened in the back part of the field the admins weren't happy with, so... Well, that's good. At least that got him up in, back up into the running. He's back in 16th place, still on the lead lap, so he's doing quite well.
It looks like they're getting ready to go here soon, too, and I really love your new overlays. Those are looking pretty nice.
Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you. A lot of hard work. A lot of hard work went into them.
We got 4 drivers fighting for 2 final chase spots since Ryan Keyes has dropped out for the season for personal reasons, and Dale Gravel dropped out of the series as well. So their spots are going to be opened up because they're going to be pushed out tonight. There's 4 drivers that are after these last 2 spots, and 2 of the drivers depends on how Tim Racino and Jonathan McMinn finish.
Very cool. Well, we will have the next week starts the chase, right?
We head to Homestead to start the chase next week, and Don Stevenson is not here tonight. I don't know if you noticed that. Neither is Martin Porter.
Yes, I did.
Martin's down in sunny Florida visiting his brother-in-law, and Martin's off doing something else and couldn't be here. He's going to lose the lead in the championship after this race, so it's going to be interesting to see who's going to take the torch going into the chase race.
All right, let me get them started here and we can talk some more. They're about to get the green flag. All right, pace car heads down pit road, and Dominic Dyball hits the throttle right away. Green, green, green. Salicardi ducks right in behind him. Them two have been, like I said, sticking together like glue for the whole race now, and they're doing quite well out front. They've got some fast guys behind them, Darryl, I'm telling you.
Yeah, and one of the sad things here is Dominic needs a first place finish. He's 4th out of the 4 drivers trying to fight for a spot, and he needs McMinn to finish. I believe it's at least 20th or further back to put McMinn out. If McMinn finishes 19th, he's going to be in the chase.
Oh boy. Well, McMinn is 11th right now.
Yes, so I don't want to see anything bad happen to McMinn. All these drivers that are fighting for the chase, Tim Racino's in 13th right now in the chase points, so he needs a good finish, and he's up here as well with him and Nick are running very well right now, Rudy.
Yeah, they said they felt very good about their set here tonight, so you know, they're not out of it by any means because them two really know how to hook up and go. So, and they were coming like a freight train before that caution come out. They had reeled them leaders in quite a bit. But I wanted to talk to you, Darryl, right after the race, if you could, unless you got a meeting or something you got to go to.
No, we are actually not having a drivers meeting after this race. Sean has made that clear. He's not overly happy right now, so we're not going to have a drivers meeting. We'll let some blood cool down a little bit because it's boiling over in the drivers, and they've made some decisions out there that we're not all happy with.
Gary Bauer retakes the lead, but yeah, I just need about a minute of your time. I wanted to talk to you about something that I seen out there on the track tonight that we had talked about earlier.
Oh yes, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, but we'll talk about that afterward. Looks like Dominic Dyball trying to make a run on the high side, him and Salicardi. And no surprise with Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson out front. Them guys know how to get around these super speedways.
Yeah, Jay and Gary have been running pretty good all week, and I think it was that Monday qualifier. Gary set a league first where he ran all 34 laps of the race from start to finish. No other driver has been able to keep first that long in a race.
Yeah, well, right now, Salicardi's led the most laps with 14, or with 20. Dominic Dyball's back up there with a good run, but Gary's only led 14. So they do get a point for leading the most laps, correct?
Yes, they do. And Jonathan McMinn has moved up to 10th place back here, so this isn't good news for Dominic Dyball right now.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'm watching here. He's hooked up with, it looks like the number 28 of Scott Zemke. Them two, with this many laps left, 13 laps, or, well, excuse me, 9 laps left, I'm sorry. 9 laps left, anything could happen. Coming down to the last lap of this, we always see a lot of really hard racing, some close racing, trying to get that side draft and everything, and we could possibly see an upset here. We never know.
We have something going on the track here, Rudy. I'm just listening in over the comms, and something happened. The tower has just threatened that if the 24 and 79 say anything else, they're going to be DQ'd from the race.
Oh boy. 24 and the 79, okay.
That would be Everett Lane and Joe Wood.
Oh, okay, well, I have them muted, so I'm not hearing them.
Yeah, it's one of the privileges I have with dual monitors and being the owner of the league. I can hear multiple things. I was listening to your broadcast in the background earlier and the race at the same time.
Oh yeah, I got 3 monitors, and it sure is nice, but I can't listen and broadcast. That's the bad thing about it. It would be cool to be able to listen to what's going on. That's why it's always kind of nice to have a co-commentator in the booth with me. They can listen to what's going on the track and inform me of what's going on, So
yeah, this is why I hope things work out next year or next season for when you possibly get that second person up here with you.
Oh yeah, I will have. I've already been working on that. I've got a couple of guys that it's hard to get somebody for a Saturday night. It's kind of hard, Those that aren't racing, a couple of my friends that usually help me in the booth are busy on Saturday nights. They spend time with their families, or they maybe go out with a friend. Well, it's kind of hard to find somebody on Saturday nights.
You're getting back to the race here, really.
Yep.
While we get away in our talk, and let's get back to the race for the viewers. There's some jostling going on up front here, and Jonathan McMinn and the 28 have moved up to the pack, so they're in with this group now too.
Yes, sir.
Nick Racino has fallen off the pace.
Well, I wouldn't count him out just yet, because he's, knowing the way him and Tim work together, that's father and son.
Oh, we're coming up and out of lap truck here too. Let's see what happens here, Rudy.
Yeah, this could be
they're wrecking. The lap truck has caused the wreck.
Oh.
That was Everett Lane.
Oh, no. Let's get up here. Let's see, that was up into the front. Let's go up here and watch this. Trying to get there just as fast as I can. Yeah, okay, I'm right on him here. It looks like he went kind of high here, but not real high. I think he was just a little bit afraid of that high lane. I am too sometimes. I get a little nervous up there. But watching here, and boy, not much room, and it looks like Dominic Dyball gets into the back of him and comes over almost into Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson. And boy, this is going to take out quite a few contenders up here in the front. But good news is, it looks like maybe Tim Racino slides by on the inside. A lot of drivers just slip by on the inside.
Yeah, unfortunately here, Rudy, this is going to hurt Dominic bad. He's probably going to miss the chase now because of this. And Everett did not give them any room. And one of the problems is the drivers did vote to allow blocking to stay in the league. And he did not have to clear the way for them. It was up to the other drivers to get around him cleanly or slow down. And
Right.
It's going to be interesting to see what Sean Dewar and Steph and David do in the tower on this call.
Well, interesting turn of events. Like I said, you know, a lot can change really suddenly, and boy, and that sure did change the outcome of this race a lot. Jonathan McMinn going to move up to 6th, and it looks like Dominic Dyball, he's back in 18th, and I'm sure he's probably got a lot of damage on that truck. We're going to go back and take a look at it. Oh my. Yeah, he's not going to be very fast at all, so I'd say that probably pretty much took him out.
Everett Lane and Joe Wood have just been removed from the race, Rudy.
Oh man.
I'm probably going to be busy after this race with
well, you know what I'm referring to anyhow.
Yeah, and I think there's going to be drivers contesting this because Dominic Dyball was in the running, and all these French drivers were in the running to win this race. So I'll probably have to jostle some standings and stuff after this because of this incident. I don't know if it was deliberate, but we're going to be reviewing this pretty big, I think. The standings probably won't be released until late tomorrow or late tomorrow morning.
All right, well, just keep me informed of it, okay? You know, later on or something in a message on Facebook or whatever, let me know.
Yep, and
if I get a chance, maybe tomorrow evening or something, and maybe I can catch up with you, and maybe we can discuss it a little bit more, or maybe you can fill me in on what's going on, okay?
Sean Dewar is apologizing to the drivers and the fans right now. So it's going to be interesting to see if Everett Lane is still racing with us after this. I'm not sure what's going to happen.
Wow. Well, looks like we're gonna, I'm not really too awful sure if this is going to get back green or not. Not really too sure. I'm kind of thinking that it is not going to get back green, Daryl. I'm thinking that it's probably going to finish under caution. They're going to complete lap 81 right here, so I'm going to say unofficially Gary Bauer could be our winner here. Jay Anderson 2nd, Marcus Babb 3rd, Sal Liccardi 4th, and Tim Racino 5th. And that will put Jonathan McMinn in 6th, Scott Zemke 7th, Nick Racino 8th, and Ricky Fagone 9th, and Jason Haverson 10th.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of this, Rudy. Sean's not happy tonight, and after seeing this, I can tell you right now, Sean Dewar is not going to be pleased. Change up his truck. He took off one of the leaks sucks on it. He took that stuff off, and he has it on the borderline rules now. What he's got on there now is saying he's got no Cora and stuff like that, and everyone's entitled to their opinion, and that's just his opinion, not Narn's opinion, not none of our drivers' opinion, because a lot of our drivers race Narn and Cora. So he took off the derogatory stuff on there that had to do with Cora. So 3 of the 4 admins voted to allow him to keep it because it was just saying, do not, his thing that he doesn't think core is any good, and that's just one driver. So that's why he was allowed to keep the paint scheme, because 3 of the 4 admins did vote to allow him to keep it.
Okay. Well, it doesn't matter to me. It does not matter to me one way or the other. I you know, I don't have a dog in that fight. Well, we are going to get back to green flag here, Daryl, and it looks like we're going to have a 1-lap shootout. This is going to be interesting because, boy, I'll tell you, any one of these drivers could win this. Well, let's see if Gary and Jay get hooked right back up together here. I don't know, Marcus, Bab, Salacardi want this victory too. Green flag is out one last time here. And Jay does come right down in behind Gary Bauer. They've got a pretty good jump on that. Boy, I'll tell you what, some guys coming back through the field. Ryan Borges with a great run. Gets back up to the 8th point. These guys beating and banging on each other back here. Salacardi, not sure what's going on there, but white flag is in the air. Gary Bauer and Jay Anderson up front.
I don't think Sal has anything left in that truck, and Jonathan is pushing a brick right now. He needs to find someone else to work with.
Yeah, Sal's dropping back. He's back to 16th now, so wow, 17th. Going back.
Oh, I know what's going on here. I can tell you exactly what's going on here, Rudy. Sal is blocking Jonathan, so he falls back further in the field because he is teammates with Dominic Dyball.
Oh, man. Well, there's our victory, Gary Bauer. Well, now that, okay.
The drivers in this league voted to have blocking, so unfortunately, what Sal did was legal.
All right.
I'd like to apologize to the viewers out there for what they witnessed tonight. As you know, Rudy, this is not how we normally race here, seeing this kind of stuff.
Well, interesting turn of events after that caution. Boy, a lot changed with everything. So, well, we need to get down here. I guess talk to the winners down on the track. Then I'm not sure if we have all of the drivers in TeamSpeak. Do we?
Yes, it's a requirement that the drivers be in here. Who do we have? Gary Bauer, Jay Anderson, and Marcus Babb.
Yeah. If you could you drag them up here for me?
I can.
Oh, thank you, Daryl. Appreciate that. Gary Bauer. You got a copy. Yeah, what a victory here tonight. Congratulations, brother. As you bring them into, you and Jay, they're working together throughout the whole race, and you kind of got mired back in the field there for a while, but you got it back up into the lead. Congratulations on your win. Talk about your racing a little tonight, Gary.
Well, we had a very good car tonight, very good truck. Jay did a great job pushing. We did get hung up there on a pit stop. Some guy come out and was going 30 miles an hour coming back on the track. Cost us a lot of time, but we had a really good truck and luckily got through there without any scrapes. So thank you. We enjoyed it.
Well, it looked like a pretty good race. Not too many cautions. Just 2 or 3. We had a couple of them there right off of the bat, kind of set the tone for everything. I was confused till Daryl explained everything to me, but now it all makes sense. But glad you guys were. That's kind of sportsmanlike to let Scott get caught back up to the field, not having an issue like that, not being able to start your truck. And I'm sure if the tables were turned, Gary, you'd probably feel the same way, that you wish that they would just kind of hold the race up for you. So, but you bring it into victory lane tonight. Congratulations, Gary. Anybody you want to thank?
Yes, sir. I want to thank Kim Dolan, Miss Dockside. She sponsored us for this race, and hopefully a lot more this year. Also NPR, of course MaxSpeedTV. I don't know if you noticed it all over my truck, but
yes, I did.
And our Pros League and Narn, of course, they do a very good job here. I think we found a new home. We like it here. Thank you.
All right, thanks a lot, Gary, and congratulations again on your win here tonight.
Thank you.
All right, let's see if we can get Jay in here. Jay Anderson, you got a copy? Jay?
Yeah, Rudy. Go ahead.
Yeah, hey, congratulations coming in second spot here tonight, Jay. You and Gary working together quite a bit tonight. Tell us about your racing tonight.
Well, it went about according to plan. I mean, Gary and I practiced quite a bit during the week, and we felt we had a pretty good setup. We were pretty confident coming into it, so we just had to make sure we stayed out of trouble and worked together, and we knew we could go from the back to the front. So, yeah, we had a good time. It was a good race, and we were lucky tonight, but a lot of good competitors out here.
Yeah, it looked like a pretty tough battle to keep up ahead of some of them guys. Man, you had Marcus Babb on your tail there coming down to the end of it, and man, if he would have made a run on you, I mean, what was the plan? Did you and Gary have a plan to try to stay out ahead of these guys that were coming up behind you?
Well, Gary and I were talking about it, and I started on the outside, and you got to be careful not to come down, until after you cross the start-finish line. So I was waiting for that, and I knew once we got hooked up, I figured we could just march right on up there, and we could hold off everybody behind us if we just got hooked up. So that was the important part.
Well, it was pretty cool. You did lead some laps tonight. You led 13. Gary led 24, which actually put him in the driver's seat for leading the most laps tonight. So a good run for both of you. You guys were teamed up the whole race, and we talk about it all the time that it does take a good teammate, and you got to know how each other drives. You guys did a flawless job tonight, pit stops and all. It just was amazing. So congratulations to you on your second spot, and anybody you want to shout out to?
Yeah, I'd like to thank MaxSpeedTV for all the fine coverage you give us and the great jobs they do. And I want to thank Narn for putting on the show, and a real bunch of nice guys over there. And of course, I can't leave out my sponsor, Kim Dolan, Miss Dockside Realty. Without her help, it'd be pretty tough to do this. So we really appreciate her being on board. We couldn't do it without her, but thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot, and congratulations again, Jay, on your second place.
Thank you.
All right, we got one more to go here. Marcus Babb, you got a copy?
Sure do. How's it going?
All right, Marcus. Well, you come in third tonight. Congratulations to you for that. Man, if you would have had the rest of that race to go green, what would you have done with them two up front? Because, boy, they were pretty tough to beat.
Yeah, I don't know. They had the top four spots kind of locked down for that late race caution, and me and my teammate William, we were just kind of sitting there trying to find out what we were going to do if a hole opened up. Being Daytona, we were certainly going to take it, but I mean, just with going 3 wide here, unless it's the last lap, really seems unnecessary to Bad Intentions and myself and the rest of the team. But I mean, I think we would have been happy where we finished, but with the way it played out, we're certainly happy also.
Well, yeah, you can't hardly beat that coming in third behind two fast guys like Gary and Jay. That's a it's a pretty heavy duty feat. Now that last race caution that come out there kind of changed things up a little bit, and you put you into the third position to possibly take a win, but it didn't happen today. And we're going to wish you better luck next week going into the chase. What's your plans for next week?
Just everything we did this week. I mean, it was practice, seat time. Studying this, studying that, finding out how the tires were going to wear. We certainly wanted speeds in the truck, being a super speedway this week. Next week, I don't think it's going to be a factor, but I don't think it's going to be as crucial. So, I mean, just everything that we did this week, we just have to duplicate week in and week out for these good finishes.
Absolutely. Well, we wish you the best of luck next week at Homestead, but tell me what you think about that track. You like Homestead? Do you have a good feeling about that track?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's a track that can grow on you. I mean, we have William Budd on board at Bad Intentions. I mean, he's absolutely phenomenal with his setups, and he helps us out a lot. Jason Halverson, I mean, he's always up to putting his word in how the truck's handling and things. And Ricky Fagon, I mean, he's a young driver. He's fresh on the team, and he's certainly making a name for himself also. So we have the team to do good at Homestead. It's just going to be keeping the truck clean again, and hopefully coming out where we need to.
All right, well, we wish you the best of luck next week there, Marcus, and good run tonight, man. 3rd place finish. Man, that's nothing to sneeze at, brother. Good job out there tonight. And anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, absolutely. First and foremost, I have to thank my wife. She puts up with me day in, day out doing this stuff. Bad Intentions Motorsports, Old School is the team that we spawned off of. William Budd, Jason Halverson, Ricky Fagon, the teammates, can't let them guys down. And the North American Racing Network for putting on an absolutely fantastic race every week.
I couldn't agree with you more. It's great to come over here and watch great racing like this. So thanks for talking with us, Marcus, and we wish you luck next week.
10-4, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Go ahead,
It was
Darryl.
a pretty good race, Rudy. I'd just like to give a shout out to our sponsors that help make this race, this league happen, and help us pay the bill to you so you can broadcast our race. Mrs. Dockside, Kim Dolan, just came on a sponsor for us. You'll see her next week sponsoring Homestead as well. So if you're looking to buy a home in Oxnard, California, check her out. She's up on our website. Infernal Computers, William Budd is sponsoring us as well this season now. So if you need a new computer, just head over to Infernal Computers. I have no idea where he's located though. Gale Force Racing has been with us since the start of the season, and I can't say enough about Gale Force and Martin Porter. They came on early as a sponsor. They were actually our first sponsor, I believe. And Old School Motorsports and Bad Intentions have also sponsored the league themselves this season. And can never forget you, Rudy, and MaxSpeedTV for all you do for us.
Okay, well, thanks a lot, Darryl. Appreciate that very much. Let's run down through the results real quick, and we'll get the heck out of here. Gary Bauer coming in on the top spot today. Jay Anderson second. Marcus Babb third. Tim Racino finishing fourth. Scott Zemke fifth. Ricky Fagon in sixth. Ryan Borges, great finish for Ryan, coming back from starting back in 11th after that restart. Finishing seventh. Dylan Eckhart eighth. Michael Johnson ninth. Nick Racino 10th. Phil Gary finishing 11th, Jason Haverson in 12th, Richard Holland 13th, Michael Tibbetts 14th, William Budd 15th, Eric Wortley in 16th. He wanted me to announce that again from All Hours Racing from Long Island, New York, so he had some friends watching. He asked me about that, and I told him not a problem. Jonathan McMinn finishing 17th, Sal Accardi 18th, Dylan Dyball 19th, John Pensula 20th. Brandon Cruz finishing 21st, Joel Wood 22nd, Everett F. Lane in 23rd, Dustin Loins in 24th, Breen Johnson 25th, Tim Johnstone in 26th, Ricky Brinkman 27th, and I guess that was the tail end of the field. Yeah,
that's all the field, and I just want to let the viewers know these are the unofficial results. I have to talk with the admin after, and we have to discuss if these results are going to stick or the ones prior to what happened.
Roger that. Okay, well, thanks for joining us here on MaxSpeedTV. You're watching NARN, North American Racing Network, at Daytona tonight with the trucks and our winner, Gary Bauer, bringing it home here tonight. So we will see you in a little bit for another broadcast. Thanks for tuning in, folks, and stay safe.